The junk food trap, everywhere and irresistible. Junk food is everywhere. It's cheap, convenient, and aggressively marketed. From brightly colored packages to tempting advertisements, it's designed to be irresistible. We find it on every street corner, in every grocery store, and even in our schools. Its salty, sugary, and fatty flavors trigger pleasure centers in our brains, creating a cycle of craving and consumption. But this instant gratification comes at a hidden cost. These processed treats are often loaded with unhealthy ingredients, from excessive sugar and salt to artificial colors and flavors. A toxic love affair, our addiction to what harms us. Our relationship with junk food often mirrors that of an unhealthy romantic relationship. We crave the instant gratification, ignoring the long-term consequences. This toxic love affair can have devastating effects on our physical and mental health. Like any addiction, breaking free from junk food requires awareness and effort. We need to recognize the hold it has on us and make conscious choices to prioritize our well-being. By making conscious choices, we can reclaim our health and well-being.
The sun shone brightly as 14-year-old Rohan boarded the bus with me, our excitement palpable. We were embarking on our annual pilgrimage to visit Rohan's grandmother, a journey we both eagerly anticipated. The hum of the engine and the chatter of fellow passengers filled the air as the bus pulled away from the bustling city. Rohan, lost in his thoughts, gazed out the window, his mind abuzz with the adventures that awaited him at his grandmother's. He couldn't wait to spend his days playing with his cousins and indulging in his grandmother's delectable homemade meals. The bus made regular stops along the way, offering respite from the journey and a chance for passengers to stretch their legs. It was during one such stop that tragedy would strike, forever altering the course of Rohan and my lives. The aroma of fried snacks wafted through the air as Rohan and I disembarked the bus at a crowded roadside eatery. The sights and smells of the bustling eatery were a sensory overload. Rohan's stomach rumbled, a reminder that he hadn't eaten since breakfast. Sensing his hunger, I purchased a packet of deep-fried potato chips, a seemingly harmless indulgence to satiate his appetite.
A nearby stall, adorned with vibrant plastic bottles, caught Rohan's eye. Unable to resist the allure of the brightly colored beverage, Rohan persuaded me to buy him a glass.
As the bus rumbled back onto the open road, Rohan began to feel a stirring in his stomach, a dull ache that quickly intensified into sharp, stabbing pains. Nausea washed over him in waves, and he could feel the contents of his stomach churning uncomfortably. He confided in me, his voice weak and laced with pain. Concerned, I alerted the bus driver, who pulled over at the next available stop. Rohan, barely able to stand, stumbled off the bus, his body racked with pain. He emptied the contents of his stomach onto the dusty roadside, finding temporary relief in the act. My heart heavy with worry, I helped him back onto the bus, my mind racing with concern. But as I touched his shoulder, a cold dread washed over me. Rohan's body remained still, his eyes closed in an eternal sleep.
Imagine this. You bite into a juicy burger, the processed cheese melting in your mouth, the crispy fries adding a satisfying crunch. You feel a surge of pleasure, a sense of instant gratification. But behind this facade of deliciousness lies a chemical assault on your body. Junk food is engineered to be hyper-palatable, triggering the reward centers in our brains and leaving us craving more. High levels of sodium, a common culprit in processed foods, can lead to a dangerous spike in blood pressure. The overload of unhealthy fats, particularly trans fats, found in many fried and processed foods, clogs our arteries like sludge in a drain pipe. Sugar, the sweet temptress, plays a particularly insidious role in junk food's harmful effects. While our bodies need natural sugars for energy, the excessive amounts found in processed foods and sugary drinks send our blood sugar levels on a roller coaster ride of highs and lows. This cycle of sugar rushes and crashes disrupts our body's natural hunger cues, leading to overeating and weight gain. The excess sugar is converted into fat, stored in our bodies, contributing to obesity and a host of related health problems. Moreover, the constant bombardment of sugar overworks our pancreas, the organ responsible for producing insulin. High blood sugar damages blood vessels and nerves, increasing the risk of heart disease, stroke, blindness, kidney failure, and even amputations.
Section 3. A generation at risk. The long-term consequences of junk food consumption. The rise of junk food culture has created a public health crisis, particularly for younger generations. Children with their developing bodies and minds are especially vulnerable to the negative impacts of these processed treats. Early exposure to junk food can establish unhealthy eating habits that persist into adulthood, setting the stage for a lifetime of health problems. Studies have linked childhood obesity to an increased risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, certain types of cancer, asthma, sleep apnea, and bone and joint problems. Beyond the physical toll, junk food can also impact mental health.
Section 1. The birth of a craving, from humble beginnings to a global phenomenon. The story of junk food begins not in a laboratory or a factory, but amidst the bustling crowds of a world fair. In 1893, at the Chicago World's Fair, two brothers, Frederick and Louis Ruckheim, introduced a simple yet addictive treat that would forever alter the landscape of snacking crackerjack. This combination of popcorn, peanuts and molasses, coated in a sweet glaze, captivated taste buds and ignited a craving for convenient, crave-worthy treats. The Ruckheim brothers had stumbled upon a winning formula, one that tapped into our innate desire for sweet, salty and satisfying snacks. Little did they know that their creation would spark a culinary revolution, paving the way for the rise of a global junk food industry. Section 2. The fast food boom, a recipe for convenience and consumption. The decades following World War II witnessed a seismic shift in American dining habits, driven by a burgeoning fast food industry that capitalized on the nation's growing appetite for convenience. McDonald's, with its assembly line approach to burger production, emerged as the poster child of this new era, its golden arches becoming a symbol of instant gratification and standardized meals. The allure of fast food was undeniable. Quick, cheap, and readily available, it offered a tempting alternative to home-cooked meals. But this embrace of convenience came at a cost. Fast food, with its emphasis on speed and affordability, often relied on processed ingredients high in calories, unhealthy fats, and sodium, yet low in nutritional value.
Section 3. India's embrace of the Western palate, a recipe for disaster. As the winds of globalization swept across the globe, so too did the allure of Western-style fast food reach India's shores. The arrival of McDonald's in the 1990s marked a turning point in India's culinary landscape, ushering in an era of burgers, fries, and sugary drinks that would forever alter the nation's eating habits. India, with its rich culinary traditions and diverse flavors, embraced this new wave of fast food with open arms. The novelty of Western flavors, coupled with the aspirational appeal associated with these global brands, proved irresistible to a generation hungry for new experiences. However, this embrace of Western-style fast food came at a price, as India began to experience the same health consequences that had plagued Western nations for decades. Rates of obesity, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes surged, particularly in urban areas where fast food restaurants proliferated.
Section 1. Targeting the innocent, how junk food companies prey on children. Children, with their developing brains and innate susceptibility to persuasive messaging, are prime targets for the junk food industry's sophisticated marketing tactics. These companies understand that capturing young hearts and minds can translate into a lifetime of brand loyalty and ultimately profits. One of the most effective ways junk food brands target children is by associating their products with fun, excitement, and childhood heroes. Brightly colored packaging featuring cartoon characters, popular superheroes, and beloved animated figures creates an irresistible allure for young consumers. These images tap into children's emotional world, making them more likely to nag their parents for these sugary treats. The illusion of health-deceptive marketing tactics exposed. Junk food marketing creates an illusion of health, downplaying negatives and highlighting perceived benefits. These subtle strategies mislead even discerning consumers. Evocative imagery associates junk food with positive emotions and experiences. Ads feature families sharing joy over pizza, athletes with sugary drinks, or friends with chips. Misleading portion sizes make products appear healthier. Labels list nutrition for small servings, masking true health impact. Health washing uses terms like natural or organic to create a false aura of health. Beyond traditional advertising, the insidious reach of junk food marketing. The digital age has ushered in a new era of junk food marketing, one that extends far beyond traditional television commercials and print advertisements. Today, these companies leverage the power of social media, online gaming, and mobile apps to reach consumers, particularly children and adolescents, in increasingly pervasive ways. Social media platforms, with their vast reach and ability to target specific demographics, have become a breeding ground for junk food advertising. Influencers, with their loyal followings and perceived authenticity, are often paid to promote unhealthy products to their audiences, normalizing their consumption and making them seem aspirational. Online gaming, another popular pastime for young people, has also become a target for junk food marketers. In-game advertising, product placements, and even branded games themselves expose children to a constant barrage of junk food messaging, often without their parents' knowledge or consent. Mobile apps, with their ability to track user data and personalize advertising, offer another avenue for junk food companies to reach consumers. Location-based advertising can target individuals near fast food restaurants or grocery stores, tempting them with special offers and promotions when they are most vulnerable.
Empowering your family practical tips to curb junk food consumption. As parents, we shape our children's eating habits and set them on a healthy path. It's a responsibility we shoulder with love and concern. Navigating junk food marketing can feel like an uphill battle. Practical steps can empower our families to make healthier choices. Offer healthy alternatives that are equally appealing. Involve your children in grocery shopping and meal preparation. This fosters a sense of ownership and pride in their food choices. Building a fortress of health. Creating a home environment that supports healthy choices. Our homes should be sanctuaries of health and well-being. Start by decluttering your pantry and refrigerator. Purge those tempting processed snacks and sugary drinks. Replace them with fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Mealtimes should be sacred, opportunities to connect as a family. This dedicated time fosters communication and mindful eating. Lead by example. Children often mirror their parents' behaviors. Make healthy eating a family affair. Creating a healthy home environment is about making sustainable changes. A call to action, reclaiming our health one plate at a time. The journey towards a healthier relationship with food begins with a single step, acknowledging the profound impact our dietary choices have on our well-being. For too long, we've been seduced by the allure of convenience, sacrificing our health for the fleeting satisfaction of junk food. It's time to break free from this cycle of instant gratification and embrace a more mindful, nourishing approach to eating. Reclaiming our health requires us to become informed consumers, discerning the truth behind deceptive marketing tactics and understanding the long-term consequences of our dietary choices. We must learn to read food labels with a critical eye, identifying hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, and excessive sodium lurking within seemingly harmless treats. Knowledge is power, and empowering ourselves with information about the nutritional content of the foods we consume is crucial. We must become aware of the chemical assault junk food wages on our bodies, disrupting our delicate systems and setting the stage for a lifetime of health problems. This isn't about deprivation. It's about making conscious, informed choices that support our long-term health and well-being. It's about choosing nourishment over convenience, prioritizing whole, unprocessed foods that fuel our bodies and minds. The future of food. Choosing nourishment over convenience. The future of food lies in our hands. We have the power to shape a world where nourishment takes precedence over convenience, where fresh, wholesome ingredients are celebrated over processed imitations. This transformation begins in our homes, in our schools, and in our communities. Let's teach our children the value of a balanced diet, instilling in them healthy eating habits that will serve them well throughout their lives. Let's support local farmers markets and businesses that prioritize fresh, sustainable ingredients. Let's advocate for policies that promote access to healthy, affordable food for all. We can be the generation that breaks free from the grip of junk food culture, choosing nourishment over convenience and creating a healthier, happier world for ourselves and generations to come. The journey begins with a single, conscious choice. What will you choose?